What's up everyone? So today's video is going to be my breastfeeding must-have. So I definitely have a lot of things here that are extremely helpful and that I've absolutely loved during this time. So if you are new here to my channel, my name is Madison. I have two daughters. I have a daughter that is 2 years and 8 months old, Riley, and then another one that is 4 months old. So I am basically exclusively breastfeeding. We do a bottle every now and then if she's with a sitter or if I need help from someone, but we are basically exclusively breastfeeding. And that little barker down there is my little Ollie man, my little Maltese. But anyways, I've definitely, with this time around, I have found so many helpful things. And with my first one, we only breastfed for 3 months and she weaned me off. It was a really hard journey. I have a video on that you guys can check out, but it was tough. So this time around, it's very different. And I just am really excited to share with you guys the stuff that has really been helpful this time. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and let's get into it. All right, the first product that I have here is called BioGaia. I absolutely love these. So something that a lot of first-time moms don't know is that vitamin D is very low in breast milk, and vitamin D is very, very important to babies. It helps with their bone and teeth development, and so you want to be using a vitamin D supplement if you are breastfeeding. This one is awesome because it not only has vitamin D but also has probiotics in it that really help with the digestive system, because you know it's forming and everything and they're a lot more fussier. They don't know how to get the gas out, so this really helps with that. It eases it a little bit. You're still going to go through it, but it helps ease it. And I love the fact that it's a 2-in-1, and all you do is you just shake it. You do, I think, like 5 drops, and you could put it on a passy and give it to them, or you could put it on your boob and let them, you know, suck and have it that way. But you do it once a day, and it is awesome. So I will have everything linked down below for you guys too. So this one I highly recommend. All right, so the next must-have that I have here is from BAMBOOBIES. This actually came to be one of my favorite nipple creams. This stuff is awesome. This is called Boob Ease. It's their organic nipple balm. You guys can just check to see like how much I've used of this. The reason why I really enjoyed this one is it was a little bit more of a thinner consistency. So it's not like super thick, because there's some that are just really thick and it hurts when you're putting it over a sore nipple, because in the beginning they're learning how to properly latch. Your nipples aren't really used to it. So this just like lathered on really nicely. So I really enjoyed this one. I don't use it anymore because she latches really well and my nipples are used to it, but it's just awesome. So this one has definitely came to be one of my favorites. Another must-have to have in the beginning are these guys right here. So these are the MEDELA Tender Care HYDROGELS. These actually last you quite a bit, which is really nice. So what you do with these is it comes in a little kit like this. You put a little bit of water on it and you put it on your nipple, and it really helps ease it, especially if you've got like cracked nipples. It helps heal it a lot faster. It also helps that sensitivity that you might have between it like going against your bra, and it just works wonders. You can even cut them so that way you can use more of, like, you know, they'll last you longer, because they definitely are pricey, but I definitely recommend having these on hands because they saved me in the beginning. I don't use them anymore, but they really saved me because Kinsley had a really hard time getting a proper latch because of her recessed chin. So when she would really hurt me, these were everything. So you just put a little bit of water, you put it right on, and it saves you. So I really enjoyed those as well. So I definitely say to have those on hand with you for the beginning. All right, so next up is the HAAKAA or the LANSINOH breast milk collector. So these are great. These are basically a hands-free pump. I have this one upstairs. I have my LANSINOH one downstairs. And all you do with these is you just fold down the side, squeeze it, and put it on. And what it does is it catches your letdown, so you can actually start really storing milk with these so easily, like during your feed. So while the baby's feeding on this side, you just pop this on there on that side and just kind of hangs there. And all of a sudden you'll see that you'll be collecting milk. Since I had an oversupply and a fast letdown, this really saved me with Kinsley. And I was able to collect about 3 to 4 ounces per feed, which was awesome because I built quite the stash in my freezer now because of it. So these I highly, highly recommend. They're so easy to use. You can also take them with you on the go instead of like your electric pump. And if you need to like relieve yourself, if you're feeling engorged, you just put it on and you just squeeze and you can just relieve yourself a little bit, and it really saves you. So this is a must-have. All right, so the next must-have that I have here are some more from BAMBOOBIES. So BAMBOOBIES has these great breast pads. So they have the disposable ones, which are great just to kind of like have in your bag on hand with you. But I actually much more prefer the reusable ones. These are amazing, let me just tell you. So one thing I really, really like about these is that they're really, really soft. So they feel really good if you have sore nipples. And what this does is it basically, like, if you are breastfeeding, you have a tendency to leak, and it saves you so it doesn't come through your shirt. Trust me, I had that happen to me in the very beginning with Kinsley. I was dropping Riley off at school, and I literally get home and I feel like my shirt is like wet, and I'm like, oh no, I forgot to put on my breast pads. So I still wear these to this day, but they just really help save you if you're leaking. Also, what I really like about them is if you wear like a nursing / pumping bra, which I'm gonna share with you like my favorite one, like this, it has like the little pumping area right there. So I actually like to wear these because then it keeps my nipple from going in there, and it keeps it from being irritated. So I always wear these, and they just feel so good. So these are like the day ones right here, which are thinner. And then you can also do the nighttime ones, which are thicker. But I honestly find the day ones working for nighttime and during the day for me. You can do like all different types of designs and everything on them. I have a whole bag of them, and they're super easy to wash. I just throw them in with my Delicates, and boom, there we go. So I use these so much. My sister does too. So that's why we have like our little bag of it. And they're just like a huge, huge must have. Like, they're an essential that you need. Like, order them now if you're breastfeeding. All right, so talking about the bras. So my favorite bra, hands down, is the one from Kindred Bravely. These are the best. These are called the Sublimes, and they are nursing pumping bras. So that's what they look like. I have it in black and nude and pink, and they're just awesome because if you are pumping, it really makes pumping a lot easier because you could be hands-free, you could be doing things while you're pumping. You need a pumping bra, but it's also great for nursing as well, and they're extremely comfortable. These are the most comfortable bras that I came across out of all the ones that I've tried, and I've tried so many. The fabric on it is so much better, so I really, really love these. So I highly recommend to have at least a few of these on hand if you're breastfeeding, because during those pumping sessions, you don't have to change a bra or anything like that. You've already got it on. So that's why they are everything for me. So I have a few, my sister had a few. We share, we just like pass back and forth with each other. So these are just awesome. I also take out that little pad that they have in there. Because I don't like that extra padding in there. It makes me look even bigger than what I am. And I'm like, I'm already huge as it is. Like, I don't need to look bigger. So I take out that pad. So another bra that I want to recommend to you guys are these ones. These are actually from Amazon, and oh my goodness, you can get a good pack for like super cheap. I'll have them linked down below. I think I got a 3 or 4 pack with them. So this is what it is. They're just sleeping bras, and you're gonna want a sleeping bra because you feel so heavy, and it just helps you get that support, and you feel a lot more comfortable when you sleep. So this is what I love. These ones are hands down the best. They are so soft, so soft. And you just like, pull down the side that you need a nurse on, and you pop it out, and it's like super quick and easy. So sometimes I'll even just wear these around the house too, even if I don't wear the other one, if I know I'm not gonna be pumping or anything and I'm not going anywhere, because these don't really give me the support that I need for if I'm out and about. So they're just great for the house. So I found these on Amazon, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this was like one of the best finds I found on there. So I highly recommend these because they're just so comfortable. All right, so next up, let's go ahead and go into pumping. So the pump that I recommend is the SPECTRA S1 right here. This is awesome. This is a battery charge pump, so you can charge it up at a wall and you can take it off and carry it around your house and pump. You do not have to be plugged into a wall. They have a pink one that is the S2 where you have to be in the wall. Don't recommend that. That's the one I had. I had no idea that they had this one. And this one is by far the best. It's a medical grade pump. You're going to get the most milk from it, and it is amazing. So definitely check this guy out. So good. So you can take it in the car with you. You can take it anywhere with you. You can put it in a backpack, carry it around the house while you're pumping. Like, it allows you to do so many things at once. And I definitely feel like with pumping, what makes me even more sad when I'm pumping is I feel like I'm stuck to a wall and I feel like I can't do anything. But this one, I feel like I can walk around and get things done as well. So I highly recommend this guy. It's so good. The one pump that I also have the Willow, which is those ones that you stick into your bra. Those I don't recommend. I know there's the Willow, there's the LV. The reason why is the Willow, I heard the LV is actually better than the Willow, but the Willow is very complicated and it also kind of hurts. And you spill so much milk and it does not get as much milk as you would get from the Spectra. So these ones are the best. They also the Spectra came out with these Cara cups, I guess, which you can put into your bra as well. But they still are connected to a pump. So I don't know if those are really worth it. But yeah, I love the Spectra. Like, that one, hands down, is the one I recommend to everyone. It's the best. All right, so another must-have to have with the pumping is you want some quick, clean wipes. So these are from MEDELA. So let's say you're pumping on the go. You're like, a lot of the times with my sister, because she worked downtown San Diego and she had a 30-40 minute commute. So what she would do, she would pump in the car. So if you needed to clean things up, all you have to do is just buy these, and they're just like quick little clean wipes that you just wipe everything down so that way it doesn't get gross and yucky, and then you can always sterilize them later on. They're just a quick clean wipe to really wipe everything down, clean it up if you're unable to go and wash them in a sink or sterilize it right away. So I highly recommend to have those in your breastfeeding bag. Another must-have is the baby BREZZA bottle sterilizer. I use those to sterilize all my breast pumping parts. It's amazing. It's the best thing, hands down. I'm not carrying it with me because it's big. So I'll have a picture of it pop up so you guys can check it out. I'll have it linked down below. It is a must-have if you're doing bottles, if you're doing pumping, because it sterilizes everything so quickly and it dries it too. So it's also awesome for pacifiers as well. I highly recommend it. All right, so now to go into some storage containers and stuff. So these are some of my favorites right here. So this one is the MEDELA one, and these are the LANSINOH ones. I love these. I actually kind of, like, it's hard. I love the LANSINOH ones because it's easy to read the ounces on it because it's not freaking clear. I don't know why some people do this where it's like, just like, you know, it's just lifted. You can't really see it. You really have to like try to find how many ounces are in there. So I love the LANSINOH ones for that reason, but I do love the MEDELA ones because they're bigger. So I can hold a lot more breast milk in here, and I definitely have an oversupply. So it's nice to have, I'll fill this thing up to where it's like literally at the rim, like in just from one sitting. So I really like the fact with that one. But what's also great about these is you could put the nipple on them and you can feed them the bottle. So this will actually lead me into talking about my favorite bottle for breastfeeding babies. I have been through so many. This is probably not going to work for every baby because every baby is very particular. But for us, what's been really working out are the LANSINOH ones. So I would show you guys the bottle, which let me show you a picture of it here because I actually have them at my sitter's house right now because I only have 3. So basically what we do with Kinsley, just so you guys know why I have 3 with her, is because we give her, Kinsley likes a snack. So we do small feeds with her with a bottle. So that way I make sure she has clean bottles. She doesn't have to clean them herself. But basically, you just fill it up. You put the little nipple right there. The nipple on the LANSINOH ones are great for breastfeeding babies. I had so many people recommend them to me, and so I purchased a few different kinds, and she took the LANSINOH ones so great, and she's still taking them great. She won't take the Advent. She won't take Tommy Teepee. She won't take Dr. Brown's. The LANSINOH have been our holy grail. I even have Playtex. I have first years, like nursing ones. I've tried everything. The LANSINOH ones hands down the best, and you can also use them for breast milk storage. So I love that. And what I do with these, because I always label, I take painter's tape and I have a Sharpie with me everywhere I go, and I just write down the time that I pumped and also the date. And I make sure to write AM and PM, because something that I did not know, but you have actually melatonin in your breast milk at night, and that helps the baby go to sleep. So you don't want to mix up those breast milks with the AM and the PM. So if you're going to be feeding them during the day, make sure you feed them milk that you pump during the day. I never knew that. I learned that from a lactation consultant. So you always want to make sure you mark them, and then they're just really easy to take off and clean. So I love these. These are my favorite. I actually even love to use these for the freezer as well, because they stand up really nicely and they're really easy for me to defrost or warm up. So I actually prefer these the most, and you just keep reusing them too. So I highly recommend these ones. If you are trying to build up a stash, this is definitely going to get pricier, and it's definitely going to take up a lot more space in your fridge or your freezer. So that's where you want to go with actual bags. So these are the LANSINOH bags. These are my favorite. So again, I just write down like how much is in them, and you definitely want to write down how much is in them on the bags, because it doesn't measure as perfectly and it's hard to tell. And then also I do the date and everything like that. So these I will put in the freezer if I'm like really trying to stash things up. But lately I've just been using these because I don't pump as much anymore. I only pump when I need to pump, and I just have my little stash as like an emergency stash, which really helped me out with Disneyland, by the way. So yeah, so that's what I love, and those are definitely my must-have. So if you are wanting to build a stash, get these LANSINOH bags. But if you just want to have some extra milk on hand, these are awesome. And again, you can use these ones as bottles. All right, so next up is a must-have essential item. If you have a baby, you need this. This thing is amazing. This is from Cheeky Chompers, and this is called their multi-muslin. And you can use this for so many different things, you guys. So this has been my favorite nursing cover. The reason why is it's super easy. So all you do is just take these little guys right here. They're like, it's like a little hippo. You just connect it, put it over your head, and then you nurse. It's super quick to get on, super easy to get off. It's also nice and thin and lightweight, so it doesn't get too hot in there for them, because as we know, that will make them go right to sleep. So I love it. I love the ease of it, especially if I'm out in public. If I'm at home, free the nipple, all that. But when I'm in public, I do like to cover up a little bit. That's just me. You don't have to, but for me, I like to cover up a little bit. And this is just so easy. And I don't just love it for nursing. I also love it for a little cover on the car seat. All I have to do is just take these little hooks right here. They're like silicone, because they're also teethers. So if you have a little teething baby, they can also use this to teeth on. You just hook it onto the car seat, like right through here, like on the hood, and then it just hangs down, and you can kind of see them if you want, or you can cover it, and it's nice and lightweight. Again, it's awesome. So let's say the baby's hungry, you can just take it right off of there, put it on you, nurse with it. You can use it for a lot. You can also use it as a blanket. So if they're getting a little cold, you can put it on them as a for like a cold. Sometimes you can use it even as a burp cloth. I've done that before if I wasn't carrying a burp cloth. I love this thing. This thing is a must-have. I actually have two of them. They were so kind to me, and they sent me my first one when I had Riley as a little one, but I wasn't breastfeeding anymore. So my sister actually used it while she was breastfeeding and loved it. So I knew this time around, I was like, oh my gosh, I have got to use this guy. And they were kind enough to surprise me with sending me a package, and they included one of these in there. So I actually have one in my diaper bag and one in my car at like all times. So this is awesome. Like, you need this. It's the best invention. It's so easy to use. It's amazing. So definitely check this out. Another must-have when you're breastfeeding is a prenatal or a postnatal. So I actually just ran out of this one. I have a new bottle downstairs, but this is from Ritual. These are their postnatals. I had no idea they had postnatals. I took their prenatals with Kinsley, and they are the best prenatals hands down. I pay for all these myself, and they're just on a subscription, and they just resend them to me, which is amazing. So I never run out. And I'm using the postnatal ones this time around, but it's really important to be taking those while you're breastfeeding, because it gives the mom a lot of nutrients and it does really good things for your milk. So I really, really love those. So definitely check out the postnatals if you are breastfeeding right now. And then last but not least is a HYDROFLASK, because one very important thing when you are breastfeeding is you need to make sure you are staying hydrated. Like, water is everything. I definitely do find if I do not drink enough water throughout the day, I see that it hurts my supply. And this is a must-have. So it's a HYDROFLASK. This one is 32 ounces. I have a 40 ounce on my nightstand that I use all the time, but this goes everywhere with me. The straw lid on it too, also, I don't know what it is, but it makes me drink more water. Like, I'll go through a full one of these in less than a day. Like, I'll probably go through almost 2 of them. In the beginning of breastfeeding, you're so thirsty. Like, every single time I would nurse, I would have to be drinking water. So I would just carry this around with me. And what I like about it too is that if you tip it, it doesn't spill. So I have it like in the bed next to me. Like, when I'm like, okay, I can put it down next to me. I can nurse, drink a little bit of water. I don't have to worry about it spilling. It's super easy to just open and take a sip. And it keeps your water cold forever. Like, it's the best thing hands down. So you need a really good water jug, and the HYDROFLASK is the best one. It is my favorite. So I highly recommend that. All right, so those are all my breastfeeding must-haves. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will have everything linked down below so you guys can check it out there. Give the video a thumbs up, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.